What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? It is I, the Thick Eye Bandit, repping the motherfucking crew here alongside the Ross Clyde, Bumper Clyde, Jamaican, Mr. Headquarters, aka Beanie Man. What's up, baby?
Bumbleclyer.
Shout out to EJ the DJ. He is here with us in spirit on tonight. He had some other business he had to tend to. So shout out to EJ the DJ. All crew members in the house. You know, tonight we're gonna be rocking as always. If y'all haven't been noticing, Mr. Headquarters has been throwing out all of the hottest episodes. Headquarters, tell them what's been going on, man.
Right. So thank you, Thick Eye Bandit. As y'all already know, the motherfucking podcast is available on the motherfucking pod.com, THEMFNPOD.com. Make sure y'all check out all our available episodes, including all our special feature episodes as well, including all 35 episodes, all 22 special feature episodes. Currently, we got motherfucking Energy that's recently just dropped a couple days ago, featuring Paige Nicole of No Negative Energy, clothing apparel. So make sure y'all check her out. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel here. As you already know, we are available here every Tuesday night after 10 p.m. We're always talking sports on here. We talking shit. We talking trash talk. You know what I'm saying? We doing bottle bets in this motherfucker. I've been losing them bitches lately. But look, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all download. Make sure y'all check us out on all podcast platforms. And we also putting up YouTube videos here and there as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned and rock and loaded with us on that. As you already know, we are brought to you by Culture Crew, you know, straight out of headquarters, Hustle headquarters. You already know what it is. So Thick Eye Bandit.
Yo,
we got a lot of shit to talk about, man.
Man, a lot of bullshit. We do got some shit.
We got a lot of NFL news. We can't bear the lead, man. Brian Flores dropped a big bombshell on 3 NFL franchises in the NFL itself. And talking about this pretty much discrimination. The shit that we already been talking about, we already knew about. What you think about this news report that they put out there?
So when you look at the whole situation, you know, you have you got infighting. You know, that's what it is. Straight up. It's infighting. It's Brian Flores is pointing fingers at the Miami Dolphins, basically calling the quits.
Yeah.
And you trying to stop it. I ain't never heard no stuff like this. Like, we thought it would happen. You know, as fans, we're always saying, like, man, it seems like they losing on purpose or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when you got proof of that, you know, that hurt. That hurt the fans. You know, like, you know, people spend money. People spend money to, you know, people spend money to go support the team, buy tickets, whether you're a season ticket holder, you know, you're a company, you got suites, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money being invested, a lot of money flowing in and out of there. And, you know, people are paying to see a product on the field. And it's like, now you playing chess with our money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it's almost seemed like it's like wrestling almost. It's like, you know, it's scripted.
Yeah.
Not saying that the bumps ain't real, because the bumps are definitely real. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes is gladiators out there. What? That's messed up, bro. Like, as a fan, you feel disrespected.
Former safety Dwight Smith went on a radio show. I can't remember where, but he went on a radio show and he was talking about the Super Bowl. It was a couple of years ago, and a lot of people overlooked it, but it got a lot of replay on YouTube recently with everything that's been coming up. But with this news from Brian Flores, it was already coming back to life around maybe like a week ago, because a lot of the games recently kind of look kind of fishy. You know, I mean, that Raiders Chargers game right before the playoffs started looked kind of fishy. I mean, we can even go back to the Saints, against the Rams, NFC Championship game to send the winner to the Super Bowl. That game with the no call, I mean,
Man,
was
the worst
clear as
call
day,
in sports history.
clear as day, and the referee just held on to the flag like as if nothing happened. So, I mean, it's been out there a lot of times, and you already got a new team in Vegas. There's a lot of sports betting being involved. I mean, even in this state, there's a lot of money to be made. You know, Brian Flores is saying he got paid $100,000 for each game that he take a dive from the owner of the team. Like, this is the shit we always been hearing about in like movies and shit.
Yeah.
But never see that shit in real life, in books and all that stuff. So to finally hear it come out to light, I mean, we think about the Lakers and Kings back in in NBA playoffs in the early 2000s, the Lakers and Blazers.
Not all that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Blazers got robbed. That was a hack job.
There's a lot of games you can keep going on and on and on. The media picks who they want to win, usually used to the times, based off of location. Just so magically, those bigger name markets usually tend to win. You kind of see why. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it makes you look at sports in another way. It's like, damn, it's all wrestling at the end of the day. You know, a lot of times they lie about the weight of the players. They lie about the height of the players. It's all make believe sometimes. You know, they stretch the truth for a lot of this shit. So I don't know. I guess it's what you make believe of it. I mean, it's all in the spirit of it, I guess, and at the end of it. I mean, what you think of all this shit?
All right. So just say, and by the way, I'm no NFL insider, anything like that, nor do I claim to be.
Right.
But okay, if I'm to play devil's advocate, right? If I'm an owner of a team,
right,
and just say, hey, look, I'm thinking about the future of my franchise. I need to find a number one quarterback. And the cat that I like, I gotta go ahead and lose a few games to get him. Because if I get this person on my team, I can build around this person with what I have. And this is the person that I believe that can take my team to a Super Bowl championship.
It makes me think about the Pelicans, the times that they won those lottery picks, and they just so happened to land on Anthony Davis and Zion. Can't miss, once in a lifetime type of talent. You think about the New York Knicks with Patrick Ewing. So many times this shit has happened, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, think about the Bartman shit. What if that shit was all fake? What if that shit was just, to make a good story for the headlines, just to reel more people in? Like, what if all that shit is just, bullshit, and that's some crazy shit to think about. All these different sports history, all these millions of dollars people spend so much time. We even make a sports show here about in the same aspect. Just like, damn, some of this shit is fucking
They
crazy.
got us. They got us.
But look, it is. I will say it does make some good fucking conversation though. Don't you think?
It's
To be the people on the outside looking in.
I mean, it's entertainment. It's entertainment, but also on the flip side of that, he's also there's also 3 lawsuits.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphin coach alleges that there were racist hiring practices.
Yep.
Now, I don't know. I'm no insider. But I do know this.
What's that?
If that's what he see and feel, that's that man prerogative. And if that is true, that's sad and pathetic.
Now, you said 3 lawsuits. He had it against what? 3 different franchises. You got the Dolphins, you got the Giants, and what was the third team? Was it the Raiders?
Oh, let's see. And the Broncos.
Broncos. There you go. So it was the Dolphins, Broncos, and Giants. And I mean, he's already supposed to be. It's funny because the other headline that came out was what's the involvement with him and the Saints now? Because he was supposed to have already been dining with them and being interviewed with them out in I want to say
in Mobile. They're in Mobile at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, and this shit is crazy. I don't know what to think of it. You think he's being blackballed?
I just hope he don't be blackballed. It's gonna be hard to hire him.
Yeah, it's like ratting on somebody that you're trying to work with.
They damn sure you out of there, buddy.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Kaepernick in a way, but only in the sense that he's whistleblowing in a way. If you think about it,
true.
So why even want to be involved with them still if you know how their practices is? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a weird situation. So hopefully, bringing light to this shit will change a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's the whole reason why they got the Rooney Rule in place. The shit don't really work. I mean, because we've seen in some situations that they're gonna hire who they really want to hire in the first place. So they're just gonna, which we said what? It doesn't guarantee that you'll get hired. It just guarantees an interview.
Guarantee the interview.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, if you get hired, you know you're gonna be held to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be looked at, okay, you're the right type of person that's gonna run our organization, but guess what? You can't have 2 back-to-back losing seasons. Sometimes coaches is getting hacked after 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard, to get back into being a head coach. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that level, man. So with this being said, now the new team that's gonna hire you, and granted, we behind them, we support them. We want to say, okay, we want to make sure that everything is fair. You know what I'm saying? Especially right now, it's 2022. I shouldn't have to cross, picket lines or anything like that, man. You should hire me based upon my talent, not because of the color of my skin. You know what I'm saying? If my talent and my resume is good, and I have the resume to bring your team to another level, come on, man, hire me.
Yeah, I mean, MLK Day just passed for the same reason what they always would Martin Luther King fought for was equality. And this shit keeps coming up all the time, and people always ask, oh, racism is over with. No, it's not. It just turns into different phases and it evolves and it changes. That's it. Period. So people got to stop pretending that this shit doesn't exist, and we need to start fucking changing things and actually making some type of changes. So hopefully, like I said, this Brian Flores report changes a lot of shit. Hopefully, it doesn't blackballs him and keep him out of making a job. I think he would be a good hire for the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. You seen his resume? What was his Dolphins ranked as far as his defense this year?
Yeah, it was a top 10 defense. So I like Brian Flores. I would love to have him as a coach for the Saints. We'll see what happens next. Moving on though.
Hey, wait, right before we put a bow on it.
What's that?
There were reports that Brian Flores and ownership also was alleged going back and forth because Brian Flores did not want Tua Tagovailoa as his quarterback.
That's true. Forgot about that.
He wanted Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
He tried to campaign to get him here. That trade was set up because of Brian Flores. So now if you get Deshaun Watson in Miami with that defense, you're talking about a potential play-in playoff team, you know? Vice versa, you flip him to New Orleans. You get him as a head coach in New Orleans. And if there's an opportunity to bring Deshaun Watson in, you're probably going to have to give up a few firsts. You may have to give up a starting caliber player, but if you get Deshaun Watson in New Orleans.
You sound like you'd be willing to give away. Would you be willing to give up Michael Thomas for Deshaun Watson?
We need a receiver, man.
I know we do, but you can go in the draft. There will be some receivers in this draft. There's some potential players to draft at the 18th position.
Micah Hound, bro.
Huh?
Micah Hound, bro.
I'm just saying, start over. You're gonna have a new person in charge. I don't know if Mike Thomas is gonna be willing to go into a new culture. With the Saints franchise, the franchises got a lot of question marks.
Mike want to go to Houston.
What does Mike Thomas want? Does he even want to stay in New Orleans?
I believe so.
He needs to say that shit.
Sean Payton gone.
You think he had a problem with Sean Payton?
Ding.
We'll see what happens next. He already tweeted out that he was ready to play. So, shout out to Big J. Big J got shouting out in the chat room about it too.
Whoa, what up? What up, Jake?
Big J says, I believe there is some racism in the NFL owning and coaching and the hiring. I mean, the NFL owners and the coaching and hiring process. I also believe that the general head coaches get scapegoated for problems that the front office cause coaches work with what they have. And he also said no, he just wants a healthy Michael Thomas back. So sound like he said no on that trade. So look, Jameis Winston's back throwing again too. So there's
looking
that.
Good.
I mean, he doing his little Jameis shuffle again, almost.
Hey, you already know what I feel about Jameis coming back. You already know it's been well documented.
You gotta learn.
Huh?
Gonna be a new offense. He's gonna have to learn.
That's true. And you know what? For him, think about that, bro. How many offenses has he been through already?
That's my. Is he damaged goods?
No. He's not.
Is he a starter for
yes.
this team?
Yes.
Is he a number two? Can he?
He can do it.
Okay.
You have the defense. Okay, if you look at Jameis's numbers, right? Jameis has never thrown less than 3,000 yards except for this year. Because he got hurt.
He's gonna have to reprove it again going into a new offensive system. We're gonna see.
He's gonna be all right. I think he's ready.
And we got to solve the problem of who he gonna throw to. Is it gonna be Mike Thomas? Is it gonna be Jameis throwing to him at all?
I wish Jameis can't. You can see what kind of connection he had with Mike with Mike Evans down in Tampa Bay.
I think it depends on who they hire at coach. That matters most, whether Jameis stays or not.
Most people gonna say Dennis Allen is gonna be the coach.
Yes,
That's the most likely hire.
he was defensive coordinator here for a few years.
Turn the defense around.
Yes, coached a lot of these guys since they got drafted. This young defense, yes, for the most part, led by Cam Jordan. I don't know. I mean, if not Dennis Allen, Brian Flores, how do you rank those two? Would you rank Dennis Allen over Brian Flores right now? Let's ask that question to the people in the chat. Big J, what you think, man? Who would you rather have, Brian Flores as the head coach for the Saints or Dennis Allen? What you think, Thick Eye Bandit? Who would you rather have?
When it comes to continuity, Dennis Allen got it. The players don't have to learn no new terminology. The same system that has got them there is still in place if you put Dennis Allen as a coach. Now, Brian Flores has a hell of a track record, though. You know what I'm saying? He got Miami's offense rolling towards the end of the season. They won 7 straight games. His defense was ranked number 3. You know what I'm saying? So he can still constitute a great policy here in New Orleans, but it all matters if he can draw Deshaun Watson. If he can make Deshaun Watson his quarterback and just say, we take what you said and go through the draft and pick up somebody like Chris Olave Chris Olave from Ohio State. Now you may have something. You still got Callaway. You still got the burner and Deontay Harris on that, you know what I'm saying, working the slot. You know what I'm saying? You still got some young receivers. So I can potentially see Brian Flores and giving an offensive boost. I don't know what you're going to do with players like Taysom Hill. I don't know how that's going to be. You're going to trade him?
If you have a clear-cut person, or if you can trade Taysom Hill along with something to get a starting caliber quarterback, yeah, I'll do that shit. Yes. Fuck yeah. Trade Taysom Hill in a 2nd-round pick for a quarterback with some fucking talent that can throw the ball down the field, that can read defense, that can read blitz. We need somebody that can actually read the field. I know that's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league. There's a lot of bad starting quarterbacks in the league. So it's not like it's going to be an easy thing to just go out and go find and just trade away and go get it. So I don't know. I mean, who is there really out there to go get? If you were to go to Houston and go try to reach out to Houston in regards to their quarterback, Deshaun Watson,
he still got to clear all the other stuff.
Nothing really has moved in his case at all. It's like it's at a standstill. So it's like he literally missed the entire season, and it's like no news about it really. It got really kind of swept under the rug. So one person said my dude Hugh Jackson. I don't think Hugh Jackson's gonna be getting a head coaching job in the league.
He's the coach at Grambling State now.
No, I know. But it was like that was funny to me. But shout out to Hugh Jackson though, because like hopefully he can move the ball, move the needle out there and Grambling, keep it moving.
Hey, Grambling just signed on with
fan. I know EJ and them. Go ahead.
Graham just signed on to 2 lawyers, got them a big old NIL deal for the school that's about to pay these players. They about to get a boost up, dog. I'm telling you. HBCU's got their own combine.
It's moving up, bro. I like it.
Oh.
I'm liking this new change.
Hey.
Deion Sanders is doing the same great things as well.
Yeah,
and more former athletes is looking to move and be head coaches down there too. So the more the better, more higher profile players at that. So and you're getting more of these number one recruits going to HBCUs. So letting that alone, them choosing HBCUs over these big power conferences, that's major. So shout out to that. Shout out to Deion Sanders. And shout out to Hugh Jackson out there at Grambling. Um, Also, how do you feel about the head coaching job? Vegas just got a new head coach. They hired the New England Patriots offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels. So what do you think about that hire? You think that was a decent hire for them? It seemed like they kind of went through the process kind of fast. They already knew who they wanted, probably, most likely.
They've been having conversations with him since Gruden. You know what I'm saying? But they can't tamper during the league. But right after the season was over, Josh McDaniels Ben was supposed to be the head coach. Somewhere the Washington job, everybody thought that he was going to leave New England for the Washington job when it came available, but he wound up staying in Washington when they going with Ron Rivera. So it didn't shock me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, is Derek Carr going to be there? Is Derek Carr, because he's a free agent. You know what I'm saying? There were talks that Derek Carr would even swing this way down to New Orleans. I've seen some reports. So, I mean,
how would you feel about Derek Carr versus Jameis Winston for the starting job?
Derek Carr shocked me this year, man. He got the Raiders into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He had a solid season. I think he was always in the top 3 when it came to yards and touchdowns this season. He had a hell of a season this year. So would that be a bad selection for the Saints? I wouldn't think so. The man can play. You know what I'm saying? He's not like his brother.
You know what I'm asking you? Who would you rather have? You gonna take Winston or Derek Carr? If you have the option, who would start for this team? Who should be the starter?
I believe that Jameis should be the starter, and here's the reason why.
Okay, tell me why.
All right. As a Buccaneer, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a Saints fan. I apologize. Right. But I always understand, though. You know what I'm saying? I always understand. I just look at the numbers. And based upon what his numbers were versus the defense that he had at that time versus the run game that he had at the time, all they got to do is look at the numbers. I ain't going to go over stats and go all deep diving.
No, we ain't got to do all that. No.
We're not. That's why I said they can go look up the stats. I'm just saying, look at his time. And then also look at Jameis's stats and compare them to all of the quarterback legends out there. Brady, Manning, all of Breeze. Look at all of their first 5 years in the league. Look at their numbers. Look at Jameis's numbers. They shit on him, but the numbers are similar. He's got the pedigree. He won a national championship at Florida State. The kid ain't a slouch.
Big J say Winston over Derek Carr unless we can get Wilson or Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want neither one of them.
I don't know who I guess I would lean towards Winston because he was here and he started last year and give him a chance to finish what he started.
Aaron Rodgers would kill it for 2 years and then he gone.
No, I mean
back in the same position.
No, I mean if it was against Derek Carr. If it was against Derek Carr, I would give Winston a chance to start. But I ain't gonna lie, I would probably have a short leash only because of this. And I'll tell you why. Jameis has never led a team to the playoffs. Derek Carr has led his teams to the playoffs twice.
True.
So, including this season. And I don't know. I feel like he has a bigger arm. I feel like he has a bigger arm than Jameis. And Jameis ain't no slouch.
No, indeed.
But I don't know. Athletically, I think they're almost the same. They're almost very, very similar in that way. But if I would say who was the better overall quarterback, I would give a small edge, and it hurts me to say that, a small edge to Derek Carr. But I would give Jameis Winston a chance to start because of his tenure here first. I think he deserves that more than anything else. So
the New Orleans Saints franchise does that though.
Mm-hmm.
You seen what they did for Teddy. They allowed Teddy come in, do his thing, get
Yeah.
him out, allowed him to get a contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think just because the way that the organization is built, bro, they will give Jameis the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think they
I,
will give him the opportunity.
I think it was the smart decision to let Teddy walk and instead for Jameis. I think Jameis was a better option than Teddy. If you would have asked me that beforehand, I thought Teddy was the better option at first. But it looks like to me that Winston is the better option now. They're not much different in age, but I just think Winston has more to offer than Teddy. Teddy is a game manager, a, a definite game manager. We've seen Winston can really take over a game. I feel like he needs to get in. I don't know if it needs to get into the film room more or what, but he got to learn how to audible. I don't know if Sean Payton had a big leash on him.
You
I don't
know
know if
he did.
I don't know if he was pulling back on a lot of these plays for him. I don't know if he allowed him to be to do audibles. I would think he did. He would. But I don't know. I felt like a lot of times there was a lot of too many plays that he could have audible out of, but it clearly was about to blitz him, and then he just got killed. And a lot of times the offensive line, the shit wasn't there either. So it was also accumulation of that too. So I don't know. But I mean he did look good. He had a winning record. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's coming back. He's already throwing again. Jameis should be the head starting quarterback for this team, unless it's another major caliber quarterback like Big J said. Unless it's Rodgers or Wilson. Uh,
So do
it's
they
not many.
come without a clear cut head coach?
Mm-hmm,
Now that Sean Payton is out of the building,
mm-hmm.
do we have the same shine as people will want to play for Sean Payton because they know offensively what he can do?
It depends on. This is where Mickey Loomis is going to earn his money. He's got to get the right coach. He gets the right coach that people will play for. Will the players play for Brian Flores? That's the next question. Will they play for Brian Flores or will they play for Dennis Allen? Dennis Allen's been a head coach before and he's failed.
Yeah.
Is he a different coach now? That's we don't know that yet. As a head coach, it's the difference between being a coordinator from a head coach. Head coach, you running everything, including some players, some coaches will do both. They'll run the whole entire team and call plays.
Dennis
So
Allen ran the defense down here. Sean Payton didn't fool.
so would he be able to still call plays though? Would he be still
You
calling
let Pete
plays?
Carmichael do that.
No. Dennis Allen, would he still be calling defensive plays if he was
Yeah.
the head coach on his team though? That would
Yeah.
be my question.
Belichick do that.
So we'll see. We'll see who they pick. Um
How you feel about Eric Bieniemy,
uh
offensive coordinator for Kansas City, right under Andy Reid? You know what I'm saying? Born
yeah,
here, got some
it could
ties to the city.
be a nice third option, I guess, if we lose out on the first two guys. Um, but in my opinion, I think that's the only two clear cut favorites to me that the Saints should be looking at. They should be
You
looking
think
at
they're gonna
Brian
end up
Flores.
with? You think they're gonna
Or
end up with Flores, or you think they're gonna end up with Dennis Allen?
yep, yep. I think Flores might be a better head coach. I think he might be a better head coach, but I think because of the tenure that Dennis Allen has here, he's probably going to get the job. And among other things, I don't know if I would ever see. I would love to see a black head coach in New Orleans.
Because you never seen one.
Because we ain't never seen one. I don't know. The fans down here is tricky because they didn't really. You know what I mean? We know those type of fans down here that don't fully get behind Jameis for different reasons. And, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'd rather see Flores get the job from a long-term standpoint. I don't know if Dennis Allen is the long-term option. I feel like he's more of a short-term coach for the New Orleans. But we'll see what happens. Now, now we had the games from last week, right?
Yep, we
So
sure do.
let's recap the games, and then we can do our odds picks for the Super Bowl. I think they got some good prop bets in there too.
Oh, we gotta tell our listeners
What's up?
for the first time, state of Louisiana,
For the first time.
you are now allowed to sports bet in the state of Louisiana.
Finally, I can go put some money down the legal way.
You can go put some money down on the game right from your cell phone.
Man, people been doing that shit already, man.
You couldn't unless you logged in from. We don't give away this shit.
You know what I'm saying?
If you know, you know.
But anyway, so now you can legally bet in Louisiana, and people, look, we're gonna be talking about odds pets on here. You can listen to it if you want to. I'm just calling this shit how I see it. I'm not no fucking expert. I just call it how I see it.
Don't put no money behind me, you're gonna lose. Don't do it.
Look, let's talk about the games. Let's start with the first game. The Chiefs, the Bengals. This is disappointing to me. I picked the Chiefs. What was my score in that game?
Called 38-31.
I called 38-31, and it was favored by Kansas City was favored by 7.
-7. Whole touchdown.
They had it should have been a blowout game.
It was.
The Chiefs was up 21-0, man. They gave this game away, bro. There's no other way to really say it. The Bengals came back.
They did the old Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, the old Hulk Hogan. Lay down. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, he didn't kick up. Undertaker at WrestleMania. What?
I don't know how you don't win this game at home. You up 21-0 at home in the AFC Championship game. I don't know how the fuck they lose this game. I don't know, man. It's like
because Joe Burrow is that dude. Jamar Chase is that dude.
I guess, man.
You worry about Eli Apple.
What was your pick on it? We ain't talking about Eli Apple right now. What was your pick in this game, man?
He dropped a pick too. Say that. Anyway, I called 34-31 Cincinnati. I told you my pick was San Francisco and the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. One of my teams made it.
Your original pick was the Rams. You said the Rams. Remember, you changed your picks.
I did change my pick.
Got mad.
But this was before the playoffs. This was before the playoffs.
All right, that's true. That's true. My original picks was Green Bay and Kansas City. We was going for a discount double check Super Bowl, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. But Mahomes, I don't know, man. He threw a couple picks in this game. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It was disappointing. They should have won this fucking game. It should have been a blowout. They should have won by 40 the way they was playing. But it is what it is. The Bengals going. It's a nice. If you're an LSU fan, you know what I'm saying. You got a lot of LSU ties in this game. You got a lot of New Orleans ties. You got Trey Henderson, former Saint. You got both LSU. Joe. That's right. Von Bell. Can't forget about Von Bell was on the team. Joe Burrow from LSU. Jamar Chase.
Tyler Shelvin from LSU.
Tyler Shelvin. So you got a lot of New Orleans ties down there, Louisiana ties. So shout out to the Bayou Bengals of Cincinnati.
And then you still got the Bayou Bengals on the other side over with the Rams.
The who they?
With the Rams, you got Odell Beckham. You got the lineman, Big Whitmore, the lineman.
Well, hold up. Let me say this. I got to say this. I was wrong about Odell. I was wrong. I was right about one thing. I was wrong about the other. I was more wrong than right. but still, I was wrong that Odell was done. I was right that he's not a number one receiver anymore.
You don't have to be no more.
He fit in perfectly. He was a complimentary number two, a big number two. And he showed out, man. I mean, he really helped them, and the 1-2 punch of him and Cooper Kupp
that's deadly.
devastating, dog. Like Cooper Kupp run the most perfect routes in the world and shit. And he fast. He like a fast Wes Welker. So, dude, I don't see them. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a good Super Bowl. Should be a lot of points.
Hey, bro.
Aaron Donald was kind of quiet though in this last game. He was getting through. He just wasn't getting to the quarterback as much.
Hey, this Rams team, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it. You heard what Deebo Samuel said at an interview?
What'd he say?
He said it sounded like the Rams pump sound into SoFi Stadium.
Pump sound.
Because majority of that stadium was wearing red. Majority of that stadium was San Francisco 49ers fans.
Yeah, ain't that many fucking LA Rams fans anymore.
Man, no.
So
that's what I'm saying. This home Super Bowl may not be a home field advantage like people think it is, bro.
Look, we just talked about this shit. All right. We just talked about who they want to really be in these fucking Super Bowls. All of a sudden, they ain't never had no fucking home teams make it to the fucking Super Bowl that they played in. And all of a sudden we get it back-to-back years. Hey. Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, LA get a new team. They up in that motherfucker. I don't know, man. It is what it is at this point. But we will say this. With the Rams 49ers game, I picked the Rams. What was my score for that game?
You hit the nail on the fucking head. It's unbelievable. This bitch called 20-17.
Yeah, as much as I hated it, I said
that's your Negro Diamonds moment of the week.
20-17. Check the tapes.
You got it.
Last week.
We got it. Go back 1 week to YouTube.
Yeah, go check out last week's show. What was your pick?
I lost. Remember I told you I was going with the San Francisco 49ers. I called 49ers 24 and the Rams 23. So.
And what was the spread? It was -3 LA?
-3.
Yeah. Big J says LA want to show off that new stadium. Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Absolutely.
Well, they're gonna have the biggest stage to at halftime too.
It's gonna be a hell of a concert.
What is it? Mary J.
Dr. Dre, Snoop,
and
Kendrick Lamar.
Damn, they brought out all the hip hop stars.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be bananas, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised. You think Jay-Z might show up?
He wrote the damn song.
You know they're gonna always have a surprise somebody.
Yeah.
So
somebody's
like that's
gonna be in there.
I want to see what the prop bet is for that. We might, if we can get that one up.
You might get Michael Jackson Spirit to show up. Michael Jackson be on stage. He come moonwalking as a spirit, and then roll up out of there.
So the game is what, on February 13th. So yeah, February 13th. So are we doing something? What the fuck are we doing? We got to be doing something for the fans, man. We ain't promising nothing yet, but we might have a halftime show. Probably not. We're gonna be watching that bitch probably.
We just check in with us. We just gonna be randomly going live. Goddamn it.
There you go.
We're gonna be randomly just popping in and out.
So make sure y'all follow us on IG. We're gonna be doing some crazy shit. Might even pop up on TikTok. We got a TikTok page. Follow us on there as well. But yeah, man. Who's your pick? Who you got for this game? You got the Bengals. You got the Rams. Super Bowl. The odds right now is in the early odds. Is Bengal. The Rams are favored by 4, -4. Total points 50. So over under is 50. So what do you think? According to
Common
CBS.
sense. Shout out to my homeboy Tyler. Tyler got to see City of Cincinnati celebrate an AFC championship. Didn't see that since '89.
This feels like the Rams winning.
Common sense will say, how could you not hit on LA?
Yeah.
How could you not pick LA? They're at home, in front of the world,
You got
at home.
Best receiver. You got 3 really damn good receivers in this game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of good catches in this game. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of defense.
But the Rams defense would tell you that at every level there's a star, a mega star at every level. We're probably the best player in the game, Aaron Donald, on defense.
Think Eli Apple's gonna be able to stop Cooper Kupp?
Fuck no. That nigga is toast. But I'm going against common wisdom, bro. I'm going against the grain for one reason and one reason only.
Okay.
As a Saints fan, I can't pick the fucking Rams because of what happened in the no call.
Here we go. We
got to see these motherfuckers in the goddamn dome this year. It's coming up this season. I will try my best to be at that game. So for the reasons of the who dat in me.
Right. Who you calling?
Cincinnati is going to shock the world and win their first Super Bowl title. And Joe Burrow and the LSU Connect and my New Orleans Saints guys, minus Eli Apple, is going to feel the greatest feeling in the world, Craig. They're going to win a ring.
Hey, yo, that would really send Joe Burrow into superstardom real fast.
What?
Jamar Chase as well.
What?
As a rookie receiver winning a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow as a second-year quarterback. And then his name is Joe. So, come on.
Shout out to their daddy smoking cigars outside of Arrowhead after the game.
They're going to be all over this shit, man. I don't know. Joe Burrow is a damn good quarterback, though.
Man.
If he win a Super Bowl this early, it makes you wonder how many they can win before he gets the big payday. Because they can really move around and really build this Cincinnati team up. Hopefully, Cincinnati
and a small market team.
Cincinnati ownership, don't fuck this shit up.
Please don't.
Got a great fucking team. Keep building around these people. Like, really do this shit the right way.
Eat the cake, anime.
Fuck shit up.
Eat the cake, anime bullet. Eat the cake.
Memorabilia asks, what are we smoking on?
Wait, say that again.
One of the people in the chat said, what we smoking on tonight? I don't know the name of this, but it's lovely.
Listen, bro, I'm going against the grain. I'm picking Cincinnati to win. 30-27. We're going to shock the world, Craig.
All right. You picking Cincinnati?
I'm going Cincinnati. It's been an unconventional year anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So why go with the obvious? Do something different. Spice up your life.
All right. Look, I'm gonna say this. I would prefer to see Cincinnati win. But if I'm putting money on the line, I'm putting the Rams to win this. I'm not
By
gonna give
how
a score.
much?
I'm not gonna give a score yet.
Boo.
We got one more week. I'm gonna give it.
Boo.
We got one more week, so I'm gonna give my pick
Boo.
next week. So y'all can come see
You
my
doing
fucking
it?
odds pick next week
You
on
do-
next week's show at 10 o'clock Tuesday night. Y'all sign the fuck up. Subscribe to the motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe. Check out the motherfucking pod.com. Get the fucking merch. Get the hoodies. Get the hats. I got the black and red on. They got a band. They got the black and red. You heard me? You already know what it is, man. I ain't giving my pick right now. They can wait for that motherfucker. Look, man, look.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Look, that's it for NFL, man. Unless you got something else. We can move on to NBA.
Oh, that shit funny, cuz. All right, man. NBA. Bruh, you called it. Pels came back and won tonight.
That's what's up.
111-101. Brandon Ingram is back.
Came back.
Hey, man.
They can't afford him to get hurt again, bro.
No.
Every time he get hurt, the team be struggling. Look, man.
Being 12th, man.
We 12 only 2.5 games back. So we can get to the play-in. I want to see if we can get to the play-in. If Zion comes back by the end of the year, I think we have a chance to at least get into the main playoffs and go up against either the number 1 or 2 seed. I could see us getting to that point. Especially if it's just only one game to get in. I mean, really, you got to win 2 games. You got to win the first game and then the other game to get you into the playoffs. So I think the Pelicans got enough offense. The defense is usually the issue, whether or not the defense can hold up. So, I mean, really, for them, it's mainly injuries. Between Josh Hart, Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram, and them being 3 have been getting hurt in a rotation. Every other time, one of them are out, or all of them has been out. So if we can just get a fucking healthy team from the rest of this point on to the rest of until we get to the playoffs, I think we'll be fine. If we can get Zion back, they'd be even better. That means we can actually have some depth coming off the bench, because our bench players been here and there. And if we can maybe even use some of these assets to go get a good player, like the trade news that's been going around about CJ McCollum potentially coming to the Pelicans, I think that would be a good move. I don't think it's a good long-term move. I think it's a good short-term move. It only makes sense. I don't know. I mean, you need somebody that can also create points, a shot creator. That's what CJ McCullough is. He can pass the ball. He can score a lot quickly. Defensively, he ain't gonna give you much.
That's more of the team anyway.
But look, the only difference is you substituting him out for, if you get him, you substitute him out for Devontae Graham, which is a major upgrade from Devontae Graham. You have Devontae Graham and CJ McCullough on this team. You have him come off the bench. You have Herb Jones start. You have Zion come back. You probably send, I don't know, you probably send Herb Jones to the bench. You can't. I mean, Josh Hart is the piece. I would say if you're trading something though, if you're trading for CJ McCollum, Josh Hart's probably not going to be there. So,
does that deal happen?
Should it happen is the question. I would say yes, because you take the chance on CJ McCollum because Josh Hart's not going to be here long term. If that's the best type of veteran that you can get, if you can't go get a Dame Lillard, if you can't go get Ben Simmons, I don't think he even want to play here anyway. So I mean, you would want somebody that want to play here, And Ben Simmons is also represented by Rich Paul, which the Pelicans don't have a good relationship with. So I don't think you would really want a star player that's represented by Rich Paul right now. The organization between David Griffin and Rich Paul and them has been kind of rocky. So you want players that's gonna want to be in New Orleans. No disrespect to Rich Paul, but dude is killing it. He's getting his players the money that they want and getting them to the place that they want to get to. So unfortunately, New Orleans ain't one of them teams. So that's fine. We can still get other players that still want to be in New Orleans. We need to go find those type of players. We got a lot of them out there. We just got to go spend the money, go get them. So I think CJ McCollum will be one of those potential players. He don't mind playing in a small market. So yeah, I would say bring him in. You would bring a lot more scoring. Yeah, I would say try to pair him up with Herb Jones. Now you got somebody that can back up and lock down on defense and protect your score on the guard position. Yeah, I would love that shit because now you can actually focus on the right things. And if Zion comes back and wants to play here, you do the same thing. You protect Zion. You got That's why you went got Valanciunas. He's gonna stretch the court for you. And then you got Brandon Ingram, who's been holding it down since he's been gone. We'll see. Zion has finally actually tweeted and said he's, cryptic shit. But I mean, it looks like he's about to be making a return soon. So we'll see what happens.
And I just hope we can get to a playing game and see if we can at least get one with the Suns or one with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Just one game. You give me that with this team.
Yeah. Look, I'd rather us get into the playoffs. I don't care if I don't care what happens in the playoffs. I just want to get to
You don't want to get swept. Tell the truth.
I don't want to get swept. I wish we could eventually actually even win. But I mean, we being real, and the odds of them beating a 1 or 2 seed it probably wouldn't happen. But I want them to be able to get that experience in there. Willie Green to get that experience as a head coach moving forward. And then players will want to come here, and if they see that there's a winning culture here, that they actually want to care about winning down here. So that's what a lot of players and coaches want to see. When you want the New Orleans Pelicans to be a good franchise to people that want to actually go to, because they can say that, hey, they take care of their players, they take care of their coaches. So Teresa Weatherspoon stayed. She could have got a head coaching job in the WNBA. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. David Griffin, we're gonna say the same shit. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. You've been fucking it up so far. You got to fix this shit, or else your ass got to go too. Shit. I mean, you can't fuck up. You was given the keys to the fucking house. You had Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday to trade away to go get more assets, and you losing assets, dog. You can't be doing this shit. And then you can't be hiring old ass coaches that was from the 2000s and shit that don't even know the new style of basketball that they play now. Like, he finally got the right coach. Finally, he had to go through 2 old coaches to get to the right coach.
I don't understand Van Gundy being there, bro. After Alvin Gentry,
neither one of them made sense, because Alvin Gentry, and I feel bad for Alvin Gentry. I'm gonna say that first and foremost, because he's a good coordinator coach. I think he can even be a good head coach again. He is currently right now an interim head coach. After Luke Walton got fired in Sacramento, he became the interim coach over there, and he's now going through some bullshit over there. And you know what's going to happen again? He's not going to get retained as the head coach. That's what's going to probably end up happening. And Sacramento is a mess. And that's going to be another blemish on his head coaching record. And moving forward, he's probably going to get an offensive coordinator position. But he's also an older coach. He's almost 70 years old. You need some younger-minded coaches like Willie Green for the Pelicans. Is a younger mind. He's a recent player. That's the move. That's the wave that everything's moving towards. The players actually listen to him. So you need a newer school coaches in there And unfortunately, Alvin Gentry is, you know, he got the right style of basketball, but I think the age difference is a bigger factor. So, um, I would love to see him as an offensive coordinator here. I would love for him to come back and be the offensive coordinator for the Pelicans. I think that would be a better bet, or maybe an assistant head coach, but not the main coach.
You think he'll
But
do that?
it, I think if there was one of his last resorts to stay in the league, yeah, I think he would do that. I think he would do that. I don't know if he'll want to work for David Griffin again. He probably wouldn't. You remember he almost wanted to beat his ass up in
I'm trying to think.
early. Yeah, so maybe that's probably gonna happen. But I think the biggest thing is they need to get rid of David Griffin, in my opinion. I think they need to get an actual better team president. Somebody that's gonna take this team in a winning direction and not in a weird, I don't even know what the fuck to call it, a backstabbing, um, lying fucking type of team. Like nobody wants to work under him. I mean, nobody's going to be happy under him. So I don't know. It's weird. I think they should definitely change team president in the offseason. But you know, Rita Benson loves him. So we'll see what happens. Uh, any scores for tonight and throughout the NBA?
NBA.
Yeah.
Here are the scores. Dun, 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 dun. How you like the intro music?
Hold up. What we got, man?
We got of course, we talked about it. The Pelicans beat the Pistons 111-101. Bucks took care of the Wizards 112-98. Raptors beat the Heat. Man, the number 2 seed has been on a slope. Raptors won 110-106. The Bulls still number 1 in the East. They took care of the Magic tonight, 126-115. The Minnesota Timberwolves knocked out the Denver Nuggets by 15, 130-115.
Damn.
Warriors by 4 over the Spurs, 124-120. And the Suns took out Brooklyn, 121-111. Suns is still rolling.
And as of tonight, the Pelicans moved into the 11th seed and only 2 games back now. Behind the Trailblazers, which is funny that those 2 teams are looking to trade with each other potentially. We'll see what happens. The Lakers are the ninth seed at 24-27. What's going on with your Lakers, dog?
Help! We need some help.
They didn't bench. They didn't use Russell as the scapegoat, as we knew that was going to happen between Russ, Andy Davis. Who else they threw in there as a scapegoat? The head coach. everybody but LeBron.
It's ugly.
I will say this. I was always a LeBron fan before he went to LA, but I got to call a spade with a spade. This narrative changing thing that LeBron's camp does every time they don't win is kind of fucked up. And it started ever since he left Miami. Remember when they didn't win, they blamed Bosh when he was in Miami. It was Bosh's fault we didn't win because Bosh wasn't good enough. He wasn't being the third superstar. When he went back to Cleveland, Dwayne Wade was the problem. He was too old. Shaq was too old. I didn't have enough help, which was to a degree was true. But he did get some help towards the end. He got Kyrie. Kyrie ended up wanting to leave. Kevin Love was overrated and got his chance and got his shot. Won with him. They left, went to LA. First season, don't have enough help. These young boys too young, which is true. They wasn't ready. Went got Andy Davis. Everything was great. Win a championship. Now they blaming Andy Davis. the narrative shifting is, I don't know. It is weird to me. Just if you take an L, you just take the L. In
We
my opinion.
said we said what we said about the Anthony Davis trade. We knew what they was gonna get.
Yeah. He looks soft. He looks soft a little bit. He's
So
not a leader.
no, not at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, he take a lot of bumps, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You're not built for that. So we bringing in the team. I didn't know if they was gonna be able to gel. I thought with their veteran experience that this team was gonna be able to gel on paper. It was like, oh my God, these are the Monstars, MON. I'm serious, bro. Like I like these are some veteran cats. You about to start playing with your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to. I don't know what's going on, dog. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Well, I'm asking to the chat right now, would there be any big NBA trades this season, this trade deadline? And the reason why I asked that is because of the fact that the trade that they went out and got Russell Westbrook, they traded all their assets. They traded KCP, they traded Montrezl Harrell, they traded Kyle Kuzma, and they all been doing great out in Washington. Washington's been going back and forth in and out the playoff hunt right now. Right now they are they dropped. Fuck. They're on the 6-game losing streak. Never mind. They had a 12 seed right now. But they was looking great in the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? So they traded a lot of assets away. Those same assets that helped win the championship. I don't know. I mean, and then they try to trade Russell for John Wall, potentially. But the Rockets was like, hold up. We'll do the deal if y'all give us a little bit more. So they kind of had the Lakers at a standstill. Like, look, we want a first-round pick for taking Russell Westbrook. Imagine that. I don't know. This looks kind of weird, son. Is it that simple that they just missing Anthony Davis, or is the team around them just getting too old?
Do you finally starting to see all the shit that everybody was saying before the shit was even assembled? Once the haters was right.
Brian can't. What is it?
I think it's just too much.
I think LeBron struggles in the West without.
But he been killing. He personally has been killing.
All right, let's do this. Let's be honest with ourselves here too.
Look at his numbers.
Hold up, and that's what I'm getting.
All right, go ahead.
This new NBA is a little bit different from what it used to be. It is very easy to put up a lot of stats and still lose and make it look like you do a great job out there. The perfect example, in my opinion, was Kevin Love on the Minnesota Timberwolves. For years and years, oh man, he's such a great offensive player. He gets offensive rebounds. He's a double-double every night. But the team losing. Okay, what? There's a difference between you impacting the game and you scoring a lot of points and you actually changing the things that's going around. LeBron is getting older to the point now. I don't know if he can really carry a team anymore on his own. You need a little bit more. And the fact that they can't do it with him and Russ, I mean, it's been mainly him and Russ. And there's no three-point shooting on this team. The league has moved to three-point shooting, and they don't have a consistent amount of three-point shooters on this team. And that's why they've been losing. And their defense ain't been good. So LeBron has been pedestrian on defense sometimes in his older age. Since he got to the Lakers, he ain't locked down LeBron no more. I mean, let's be real. It kind of looks like almost to the Kobe point where it's like some nights he got it. If he got fresh legs, he gonna bring it. But if his legs ain't there, you gonna see
He
lazy
human.
LeBron on defense. He's human, man. I mean, look, it happened to Kobe, it happened to Jordan, it happened to all the greats. He's starting to slow down. He's 37. Fuck. Like he's the fact that he's still able to put up those high numbers and stuff like that, that's great. And that's good for the his career totals, but it ain't gonna put nothing in the win column. And
So
at
you
the end
think
of the
they
day,
have zero chance this year? You think it's over?
yeah, for this season, this roster is not gonna win a championship. This roster is
I'm not
not.
saying championship. They're not making it to the playoffs. You think that they're going to be a
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
okay?
But they are injury away from not making the playoffs. If LeBron goes down, they can kiss the playoffs goodbye. Um, Anthony Davis has came back. He's looked okay, but he don't look right. Russ don't look right. Russ is even a weirder case. Ever since he left OKC, he ain't been looking right. Him and when it was Paul George with him, that didn't look right. When he went down to Houston for that 1 year, he didn't look good. He went to Washington, he didn't look good. Now in LA, it's looking bad. I don't like. I was a big fan of Russell Westbrook too. I remember we used to ask who was better, him or uh the boy from that used to be in Chicago, now in New York,
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, because their games were so much similar when they first came out together around the same time. Around the same time, and both won the MVPs before. So it was, they games were so similar, and they both blew out their knees the same way when they both got injured. Um, you kind of look at those type of style players slow down, and they never had evolved their game into the newer age. When you get older, you got to try to convert into a 3-point shooter some kind of way. You can extend your game. Russ can't hit threes to save nothing, man. Like that's what they need him to do, and a lot of times he ain't hitting them. So he just turning the ball over. So I don't know. I think they can make the playoffs, but as far as winning, fuck no, they're not winning with this team. Um, what about you? Think there's a chance LeBron get traded?
Nah, he gonna hang it up in L.A.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron would ever allow a team to move him.
Mm-mm.
Um, that would be unprecedented. um, but it makes you think though, who is the face of the league now? I don't think it's LeBron anymore.
I think he's still a presence. He's still the draw. But the guard is changing. You
Yeah,
can point out. You can point at guys like Steph. You can
yeah.
point at guys like John Morant.
Well, you're forgetting about the current champ, Giannis.
You can look at Giannis. You can look at like a Devin Booker.
But well, that's what I was getting to. Do you think there'll be any big trades before the deadline though, with everything
Yeah,
going on?
there's always is. It's the NBA. You got to arm up for the back half of the season.
Um, I think the Pelicans will make a trade. I don't think they'll make a trade for CJ McCollum though. I don't see how they would make it work. There's too much money to be involved. Um, I would like to see something happen with Zion. Um,
You think you could command anything for him right now?
yes, yes. You probably not as top dollar if he was playing, but I would say bring him back for at the end of the season. I don't think he would be a good trade deadline. You can't trade him right now anyway. He's hurt, but have him come back at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, and show that
You
he
got
can
to
play
go
and,
strong.
go in the off season. Go in the off season and like, look, are we going long term with this or not? Because if not, we will get you to where you want to go. We will we'll do it what we need to, but we got to move on as a franchise. We can't be held hostage. Let these players go where they want to go. In my opinion, that's how I look at it. So, but what about you? That's all I have for tonight as far as like news, NBA, NFL. Anything else you got to add before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I got one more thing to say. For everybody who listening worldwide, go to the motherfucking pod.com, get the hat, get the sweatshirts, get the dog tags, get them all.
Get
We
that
got
shit.
them all. Go get it. And make sure that y'all download our latest episode. Make sure that y'all tune in on next week. And make sure that y'all go and join the crew at www.mfnpod.com. And make sure y'all check this episode out and many more to come. It's the motherfucking pod.
You heard? The motherfucking pie.